Canelo versus Terence Crawford is 1 week away from us. And I know most of you guys are excited for this fight. Yeah, and I know a lot of people are picking Terence Crawford to win. But I just want people to understand a few things going into this fight. First of all, if we're going to look at level of opponents, in my honest opinion, Canelo is levels above Terence Crawford if we're looking at the people on his resume. Obviously, we're not going to compare skill for skill yet. Yeah, we're going to talk about level of opponent. Canelo's level of opponent, in my opinion, you can't really compare to who Terence Crawford has fought. And I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, but Canelo has been cherry picking his fights for his last couple of fights and whatnot." But what people need to understand is when you get to a certain level, and the guy's had 60 fights, 60 plus fights, I believe it is now. And he's essentially fought everybody that he has needed to fight. So if there's one person that deserves some cherry picking, it's Canelo. I don't give a shit what any of you say. Yeah? That's number one. Number two, you know what? I'm not even going to number the points. You guys will just hear the points. Secondly, this is Crawford coming up 2 weight classes to face Canelo. And I know people say size doesn't matter. It's like, obviously size does matter, but in this particular fight, people are saying size doesn't matter. Like I even saw Crawford's coach recently saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter about power. He will lose his power." He said something about timing, and don't get me wrong. I agree, timing beats speed and precision beats power. But everybody is acting like Canelo hasn't got these things as well. Like, I know Canelo, listen, he's getting older. He will slow down. He's had 60 odd fights. But he has one of the greatest defenses in the world when it comes to boxing. Like, people actually underestimate Canelo's defensive boxing is actually very good. And you want me to be honest, guys? I think that's down to Mayweather. I think Mayweather really opened his eyes and showed him, yeah, like, you can have all the power and all of that in the world, but if you ain't got defense, you're nothing. So, and Canelo has the timing, Canelo has the speed and the power, in my opinion, and the experience to beat Crawford. It will be a very interesting fight for however long it lasts, because I genuinely don't think it's going to go the distance. And if it goes the distance, I would probably lean more to a Terence Crawford decision. But again, I still think Canelo will be able to do enough. Listen, guys, very interesting fight. We have a guy in Terence Crawford who is very skillful. And if there's anybody that could potentially beat Canelo, like give him put on a masterclass against Canelo, it would be Terence Crawford. It would. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But, man, I don't think, listen, Terence, you might turn into a bud that night, man. You might turn into a pack. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You might turn into a little spliff, my nigga. Just saying. Listen, Crawford has the skill set. Definitely 100 million % has the skill set to beat someone like Canelo. But I just think Canelo has the experience. And honestly, guys, I do think size, experience, and power will play a part in this fight. Because everybody's acting like Crawford can't be hurt. But he hasn't fought anyone that hits as hard as Canelo. And that's the truth. People are going to say, "Oh, but he fought Errol Spence." Listen, I'm sorry, guys. I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress it enough. And you see, at the time I watched Terence and Errol, I wasn't really as locked into Terence Crawford as I am now. So I did some research after that fight. And I'm sorry to say, listen, credit to Terence Crawford for beating Errol Spence, but that was not the best version of Errol Spence. I'll argue that whether, even if Errol Spence doesn't come out and say that himself, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Look at how Errol Spence Jr. used to fight before his crash, and then look at him after. He was not the same. I'm sorry. So personally, hats off to Crawford, but I can't give him credit for that. So, because a lot of people say, oh, but look, when he stepped up against Errol, he proved everyone wrong. Everybody thought that Errol would give him his hardest fight, and he beat him in spectacular fashion. But if you really think that Crawford is going to do that to Canelo, then you, my friend, are on drugs. Because he ain't going to do that. If anything, it's going to be more of a closer matchup. If Canelo doesn't stop Crawford and Crawford can't put on a masterclass, outbox Canelo, which I don't think he can, then boy, it's going to be a very back and forth fight. Listen, without a doubt, this is going to be Crawford's hardest fight, whether people want to accept that or not. A lot of people are just up Crawford's bum. Obviously, Turkey Al Sheikh's favorite fighter is Crawford. I see a lot of funny comments online. Some people, there's even this guy I watch, forgot his name. Some of you will know him next time. I'll remember his channel, name of his channel, so I can shout him out. He has a conspiracy that, they may try to, do something to fuck up Canelo, maybe poison his food or, listen, I don't know, guys. But all I'm saying is Turkey Al Sheikh's favorite fighter is my fucking light again. How do you die when you're on 2 bars? Please make it make sense. But anyways, Turkey Al Sheikh's favorite fighter is Terence Crawford. So I'm not being funny, guys. It's not looking good, man. And Turkey Al Sheikh had to pull out the bag for Canelo because Canelo doesn't need them to make money. Like, he really doesn't. So, listen, I do feel like it'll be a close matchup, but guys, all I'm gonna say is when Canelo lands his first hard shot on Crawford, depending on his reaction and how he goes on from then, we will know if Canelo is gonna win that fight via KO. I personally am worried because I don't really want to see Crawford get hurt and turn into a spliff. But it looks like on September the 13th, 2025, yeah, it looks like we're going to have a new strain in town called the Terence Bird. You know what I'm saying? It's a good name. I can't think of nothing right now. But we're going to have a new strain in town called the Terence Bird. You know what I'm saying? So just be prepared. Listen, I don't know what the odds are. Obviously, if you want to make money, put Terence Crawford to win by KO, which I don't think that's going to happen. But if you want to make serious money, that's where you would put your money. It will be a good fight. But again, guys, like I said, I'm picking Canelo to win that one. Like and subscribe, guys. Oh, before I go, I will be giving my final breakdown and prediction for Canelo versus Crawford. So look out for that, because obviously I'm still, gathering my thoughts, doing my research, smoking on that Terence Bird. You know what I'm saying? So, but like and subscribe, guys. Big games, man.